Hello and welcome to Alliance 4 Season 48, Episode 5. So we did get our second win, equalising our losses here. So they died 90 times to us. Just still a lot of death for us though, 42. That's not going to win us very many wars. So we definitely want to improve there. We have 6 fights in today's war. We've got 1 change from last war's team. And our opponent is LVT, so just like us, they're pushing from Platinum 1 into Masters. They're doing really well so far. They're currently set 7th in Masters. And shout out to Shub, IP, and Liza. Our team today is our 7-star rank 2 Stryfe, our 6-star rank 3 Cable, and our 6-star rank 4 Apocalypse. So Stryfe obviously has that X-Magic attacker tactics that will really help against pretty much every fight here, because I think almost all of our fights here are tactic defenders. And we've got a synergy, of course, between Cable and Apocalypse that will let Apocalypse pretty much start with his max genetic code in his first fight. We do have just a normal, obviously non-recoil setup. I probably could have improved it for Stryfe, but it's better just to, I got sort of a bit lazy just to keep it the same as previous seasons. But the first fight we have here is this Crossbones. So we're on path 7 to start this war. This is actually IP's Crossbones. He's a good friend of mine. But yeah, this is a tactic defender, so we definitely want to make sure we get those passive prowesses. We do not have the hood synergy this war, so we will not start with that invisibility. So I had to make sure that I remembered that, so we don't just start the fight with our guard down. And this is a similar matchup to Zemo. You got to do a little light whiff before punishing his heavy. And similar with the special one, we got a really nice heavy counter there. So we're up to 6 telepathic charges now. We've got to be careful that we don't parry too much, because he does have that damage reflection now. So we can't hit him at all now, because otherwise he will reflect all of that damage. So we got to wait for that to go away. I've stupidly charged a heavy there. I don't think I even meant to charge a heavy there, but I did. So we lost all our telepathic charges there, which is similar to a lot of previous fights I've done this war. We always seem to get clipped somewhere around the 4-minute mark, and we lose all of our telepathic charges. So I'm going to try and improve that in future wars, so we don't do that. So we're only at 3 telepathic charges now. He does have 3 indestructibles. We want to get a few hits in a block instead. We don't want to parry, because he's going to get that damage reflection again. So we get a couple nice combos in a block that gives us. We're at 1 prowess now. We can get a few more here, so we're up to 4. I want to bait out a special 1 obviously before we throw our special 3. Get a few more prowesses. We're up to 6 now, which is good. Get a nice clean heavy counter of that special 1, and we're into a special 3. So just the 10 telepathic charges now. This could have easily been 15 had we not got clipped when we charged that heavy attack. This will get him down most of the way. We're definitely not going to be able to get to a second special 3 before he dies, so we just want to finish him off here. He doesn't actually purify any of those debuffs, which was surprising, because this is obviously a 6-star Crossbones. It was max sig, but we combo into the special 2 here, and in fact we didn't even throw the special 2. But the next fight we have here is this rank 2 Korg. This is Liza's rank 2 Korg, so shout out to Liza, great YouTuber. But we're using Apocalypse here because it's just a very safe way to get our persistent charges here, so we can give Stryfe the Horseman in the next fight, because obviously Apocalypse has that full resistance to the purification that Korg has, and so we don't have any way to prevent the Thorns damage. We just use lights, but we can easily parry stun him, and he won't shrug any of our parries there. So it's a very slow fight. We do have our mutant power boosts that will help a little bit, so that this fight isn't super long, because we are going to throw a special 2 first, and that will push us back to a special 1, so we can throw that pretty much back to back. I was surprised that this special 2 didn't do more damage, in fact, but we throw our striker there, and we thought I threw a heavy there, but apparently not. We throw a heavy there. This will refresh those debuffs, and we're trying to get a special 2 out of him. He doesn't want to throw it. We actually get clipped there, and we unfortunately get pushed back to a special 2, so we actually throw that again, I believe, here. This one will push us back to a special 1. But we obviously have to hit him with a heavy first to refresh those first debuffs, and then into a special 1. That will increase the burst damage because we've got more debuffs on him now. Get a special 2 out. So yeah, it's pretty standard Apocalypse fight, really. There's nothing really too much to commentate on here. It's really just a grind to get him down so we can get our horseman ability up for Stryfe in the next fight. And yeah, so it was pretty chill. And the good thing is that Korg isn't a tactic defender, so we didn't have to worry about all of that. We could easily use Apocalypse here. Just a grind because Korg is obviously so tanky naturally with all of his physical resistances. But one special one here does finish him off, so he got to go down eventually. Just took about 2 minutes. Because we were also only using a rank 4 Apocalypse against a rank 2 Korg there. But we had this Zemo here, so we're on path 9 now. We do have the horseman ability up now. And in fact, I forgot to mention a synergy that Stryfe has that does give him 5 telepathic charges to start the fight, which is really handy. But we get a nice lot of parries in here. We wanted to wait for the shock to wear off because we don't have any Odin pre-fights. We just have the horseman ability, so we won't take much damage from the bleeds, but we will take tons of damage from the shocks here. Now, one of the other nodes is Power Focus 2, which is very scary for Zemo because obviously Special 2 can be very, very lethal. We blocked the Special 1 here very smartly just so we can get a permanent bleed on us so we can heal from that. But unfortunately, we are trapped in the corner here because of all that time we're waiting out the shock timer. So, and we also actually lost a lot of our indestructible charges there. We are throwing a Special 2 here. Unfortunately, none of it crit, so we didn't get much power back from it at all, which was really bad. And now he just started his shock phase here. I probably should have thrown a heavy here just to get him out of my face. I wouldn't have minded one shock because at least we're not taking all this block damage here, which unfortunately we are. And this is probably what cost me the solo here because of all that terrible block damage. Zemo has all that block penetration when he's an awakened, and especially Max Sig 6-star. And unfortunately, the Special 2 just didn't do enough damage because we only have 10 persistent charges here. We really should have got more against that first fight in Crossbones, and that really cost us in this fight here against Zemo. So that did cost us the solo, which is really unfortunate. It was really just it was just a tactic issue in fight. Just made several small mistakes that ended up costing us because we trapped ourselves into the corner. And yeah, I really underestimated that critical damage through block. So that was really unfortunate. And the fights aren't going to get easier here because we are changing our masteries. We are putting on double edge because Stryfe is a horseman now. We won't take any of that bleed damage, and it will give us extra damage, which we will need because we are taking another boss in this war. But if you spot the mistake I make with my mastery changes here, well done, because it's a very subtle mistake I make, but it's going to cost us in this next fight here. So our next fight here is a power snake Killmonger. This is IP's Killmonger, who is a rank 3. And the mistake I made when I changed my masteries was this. I did not put 3 out of 3 Stupefy. I put 1 out of 3, and you can see that isn't enough. That does not cut it. You need 3 out of 3 Stupefy when you're fighting champions that have 5 out of 5 Limber. If you're wanting to throw heavy attacks, you can get a basic combo in there like that, but you can't throw heavy attacks. And you can see this is going to cost me because the basic attacks, they're fine, they land through the stun, but the heavies is what generates territory, and that's what we need. We did have an invulnerability boost on, but because I was surprised by that shortened parry duration, I lost all of those hits, so we don't have any invulnerability left. We've got all of those power stings on us. I threw a strike into his block somehow. He's got indestructibles, which are not only he's got his indestructibles, and he's going to get the nose indestructibles as well. Luckily, we got a few hits into a block there, so we got a few paralysis on us, and I'm doing all right, sort of, to recover. But that shortened parry duration really sucks. And at this point, I kind of just gave up. I threw a special 3. This only gave us 7 telepathic persistent charges, and I knew that I did not have any invulnerability hits left. I could have probably maybe recovered if he had kept baiting special 1s and special 2s. I don't know why I threw the special 3. I think I just panicked. But obviously he gets his special 3 here, and that is lights out for us because in fact we didn't quite die here. I'm very surprised it didn't kill us, but somehow he just managed to hit us there. We didn't parry. So yeah, that's the second death of this war, and that really sucked, mostly because I just had to reset my masteries again and put 3 out of 3 Stupefy on, because I can't believe I made that mistake. The reason I well, I was planning, this is sort of the mastery setup I wanted to have for the boss, but I kind of forgot about the fights I had leading up to the boss, including this Killmonger. This was a very stupid mistake, and one that is very avoidable, obviously, but yeah, it obviously definitely cost us that solo, making that silly mistake. But we head in again for a second time in this Killmonger, and we do have 3 out of 3 Stupefy on, and you can see how much longer the parry stuns are now. We can easily land a heavy. It makes such a difference. Just those 2 mastery points, you basically have a whole extra second, I think, on the parry stun, which is such a lifesaver, really. And we get a really nice clean heavy counter of that special 2 there. And you can see we're already up to 8 telepathic charges now. We're getting plenty of prowesses from parrying him, parrying the special 2. This is how you're meant to do this fight. By not dexing, just parrying and just constantly throwing heavies, generating territory, not getting trapped into the corner. This is how you do this fight, but you cannot do this fight this way unless you have 3 out of 3 Stupefy. So really, I'm just kicking myself that I made that tiny little mistake, but it cost us so much. And here he is indestructible from his special 2, I believe, but we do get plenty of telepathic charges now. We're up to 35. I think we got close to 20 from this fight itself. And I thought maybe there's a tiny chance we could get back to a second special 3, but it would be close. It'd be very close. We are getting trapped into the corner here, so we obviously want to throw some heavies to get him out of our face. We do still have the invulnerability boost on, I think, so we could tank a special 3, but he was actually being pretty kind this time. He was throwing special 2s pretty diligently, and then the occasional special 1 as well. Obviously, we'd rather bait the special 2 because it does consume more power. And it's easier to parry, I think. The first hit is very easy to parry, and it's also very easy to counter with a heavy afterwards, so definitely prefer baiting the special 2, and it's very easy to get him to bait special 2s when with constantly parrying, was giving him that power. And so we actually do get back to a second special 3, in fact. So we were very efficient at getting telepathic charges here. I just can't believe I made that stupid mistake. So mad about that. But we did get the Killmonger down eventually, and we're up to 49 charges. Alright, and the next fight we have here is this Rintrah. So this is an ascended Rintrah, has about 450,000 health. This is going to be a much easier Rintrah than we fought last war, and that's because it's a Conflictor Rintrah and we have a guidance boost on, so this is going to mean we don't have to worry about Conflictor at all, really, because we're not going to parry stun him at all. We're just going to, we're going to parry stun him, but not with a debuff, just with a passive. And we don't have to worry about him going unblockable at all, which is definitely a bonus. And we can constantly just keep knocking him down, and which means the mystical charges he gets won't be of any danger. There's no chance he'll go unstoppable. I don't know how I charged the heavy there. I should have obviously dashed back one more time, so we lost all of our progress there. And you can see that's just the theme of this season. I'm just constantly losing all these telepathic charges, losing all my progress. So I definitely could have had more at this point, probably 6 or 7, but we're only at 1 at the moment. But we get a nice light into a heavy there. We do. This is a hazard shift fight as well, by the way, so shock bleed, and we don't have any Odin's boost, so we want to just hit him when he's bleeding. When the bleeds phases up, we're trying to get a special 2 out of him, but he does not want to throw it. His AR is being really dodgy at this point, and we didn't have an invulnerability boost on for this fight, so he actually does. It does hurt us quite a bit with his special 3, because he just did not want to throw his special 2 at all, and we kept dexing, so he kept gaining that power. But we got a few persistent charges from this. Definitely not as much as we could have, but it's better than nothing, and it's really going to help later on. So we're already at more persistent charges than we had last war, which is good, because we are, like I said before on boss duty, somehow he comboed into us there. I'm not sure why I wasn't blocking. Not sure how I wasn't blocking, but apparently we weren't. With the mutant power boost we were able to get almost to a second special 3 here. So the plan was definitely to get to a second one to try and get more persistent charges. We're waiting for the shock phase to go away, which is really easy to do with this extended parry duration. So we're just parrying him one more time. We do land a heavy there, and we got lucky without getting any shocks on us. And we've got a nice few heavies in there, so we're up to 6 telepathic charges now. I think we try to go for 1 more, or maybe even 1 more after this. And that gives us up to 8. I think we might try to go bait a special 2 out, or might try 1 more combo. Sorry, 1 more heavy. And that doesn't quite get into a special 3, but this one does. So we get I think 14 more telepathic charges there, which is great. So we're up to 71 persistent charges now, which is really going to help later in the war. Alright, so boss duty again, we are fighting Liza's Bullseye. So the bonus we have from last war is we have more persistent charges and we have the double edge on. We don't have a guidance boost on, in fact, I don't think, but we do have that double edge, which is going to really help our special damage, or just our damage in general. So we're definitely much better prepared than we were last time. And we also had a tactic change because we decided after last time we're not going to throw special ones because that's just a waste of power, because it's so hard to maintain that shock, that passive shock. Even though it does help our damage, it's better just to throw these special twos, because if they crit, that one hit for over 100k, one of those hits. And so he throws a special one here, it doesn't do too much damage, which is good, and we can safely get to another special two here, and that finishes them off almost. But we do chain into a third one there, and that does the trick finally. So much cleaner Bullseye was. That's how it's meant to go. That was a textbook solo there, and that's going to do it for today's war. So obviously 2 days, really unfortunate. Definitely want to try and get Deathless 4 eventually, but that's going to do it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.